Good evening, student. After learning the anatomy of larynx, now in this video we'll try to learn about the anatomy of trachea. Trachea is a long tube of 12 centimeter which starts as an extension of larynx and it will run down from the neck to end up into both the lungs as primary bronchi. So let's try to learn about the anatomy of trachea in detail. As we have already discussed that the trachea is a long tube of 12 centimeter and it will start as an extension of larynx. So here we are drawing a larynx. This is a thyroid cartilage of larynx, and below that we are having a cricoid cartilage which is a C-shaped structure. And from here as an extension you will get a trachea. So trachea is a long tube like structure which is also called as windpipe. So this is a trachea which is also called as windpipe and it is 12 centimeters long. This trachea is a non-collapsible structure because it is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous rings which are continued from the anterior side but deficient on posterior side. So this long tube trachea is supported by C-shaped hyaline cartilaginous rings and due to these rings structure. The numbers of ring of cartilage will vary from person to person and these cartilaginous rings are deficient from posterior side. So do remember the MCQ. These cartilaginous rings of trachea are C-shaped, made up of hyaline cartilage and they are deficient from posterior side. As the trachea is supported backside by vertebral column, inside our neck we are having these two tubes which are present one behind another. So the anterior tube is trachea and posterior tube is esophagus, and after esophagus we are having the vertebral column. So this trachea is having this C-shaped structure of cartilaginous ring. This C-shaped structure is continuous from anterior side. Here we can palpate these rings, but these rings are deficient on the posterior side. So due to presence of esophagus, these rings are deficient on posterior side. So this is our trachea. It is also called as windpipe and it is 12 centimeter long. Now this trachea will start as an extension of larynx, that is sound box, and it will continue up to the level of T5 vertebra. At the level of 5th thoracic vertebra, this trachea will bifurcate into two primary branches which are called as primary bronchi. So at the level of 5th thoracic vertebra, so this is a T5 level at which the trachea will bifurcate into two branches called as primary bronchi. So here we are having the right primary bronchi and here we are having the left primary bronchi, because whenever we are drawing we have to draw the figure in an opposite manner, because when आई एम स्टैंडिंग लाइक दिस, मैं जब ऐसा खड़ा हूँ तो ये साइड मेरी लेफ्ट साइड है और ये साइड मेरी राइट साइड है, और डायग्राम निकालते वक्त भी हमको ये लेफ्ट दिखानी पड़ेगी और ये राइट साइड दिखानी पड़ेगी. सो दिस bronchi is a left bronchi and this one is the right bronchi. Now comparing the left and right bronchi, we are having two primary bronchi. So right primary bronchi and left primary bronchi. The right primary bronchi is actually 2.5 centimeter long, while the left primary bronchi is 5 centimeter long. That means left side का जो bronchus है वो 5 centimeter long है, तो it is longer compared to the right side का bronchus. So it is 5 centimeter long and this one is 2.5 centimeters long. Now this right bronchus is comparatively placed vertically compared to the left side bronchus. Okay, so it is more vertical and it is more wider compared to left side bronchus. This primary bronchus left side is comparatively more horizontal and it is narrower compared to the right side bronchus. So in the figure we have drawn कि this right side bronchus is more vertical and this left side bronchus is more horizontal and it is narrower compared to the left side bronchus. This is 2.5 centimeter and this is 5 centimeter long. This bronchi, primary bronchi, will enter into the lungs and the point at which they will enter the lung is called as hilum. So here we are having our lungs. So this is a right lung and here we are having a left lung which can be identified by the help of this characteristic cardiac notch. And these lungs are supported on the muscular structure called as diaphragm. So this is a muscular diaphragm on which the lungs are supported from the inferior side. Now this point where these bronchi are entering inside the lung is called as hilum. So these are the primary bronchi, which is the first division of trachea. Then inside right lung we are having three lobes. We are having superior, middle and inferior. There are three lobes which are present inside the right lung, and in left we are having two lobes, superior and inferior, which are separated by a oblique septum. So once after entering the right lung, this primary bronchi will divide into three sub branches. So this primary bronchi will give one branch to the superior, one to the middle and one branch to the inferior lobe. Clear? Similarly here also this left bronchi will divide into two branches, one which will go to superior and the second which will go to inferior lobe. So primary bronchi will further divide into three branches on the right side and two branches on the left side. These branches are called as secondary bronchi. Okay, so we are having right secondary bronchi and left secondary bronchi. So on right side we are having three secondary bronchi and on left side we are having two secondary bronchi which are supplying the air to the respective lobes of right and left lung. Now after this secondary division, the bronchi, secondary bronchi will again divides into smaller branches. On the right side, it will have 10 smaller branches. So in the right side, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we are having 1, 2, and here we are having 1, 2 and 3 smaller branches. These smaller branches are called as tertiary bronchi. So there will be 10 tertiary bronchi on the right side, which will supply to individual segments of lung. So speaking about a right lung will have 3 lobes and 10 segments, and left lung will have 2 lobes and 8 segments. Clear? So the lungs are supplied by a primary bronchi. Then 3 lobes are supplied by the secondary bronchi. So in total we are having 3 plus 2, that means we are having 5 secondary bronchi, and the segments are supplied by the tertiary bronchi. So in total 10 plus 8, we are having 18 tertiary bronchi. After the division of tertiary bronchi, this tertiary bronchi will further divides into bronchioles. Okay, so trachea will divide into primary, secondary and tertiary bronchi, and the bronchi will now further divides into bronchiole. So here we are having a trachea which is dividing into these 2 primary branches. Then we are having these secondary branches. Then secondary branches will divide into tertiary branches, and up till here we are having the bronchi. Now the bronchi will further divides into bronchioles, and the last bronchiole is called as terminal bronchiole. So this structure is called as terminal bronchiole. Clear for this thing? Now up to the level of terminal bronchiole, ये लेवल तक ये सारे ट्यूब की लाइनिंग जो है वो होती है सूडो स्ट्रैटिफाइड, ciliated, columnar epithelium. So from trachea up to the terminal bronchiole तक की लाइनिंग जो है वो सूडो स्ट्रैटिफाइड, सिलिएटेड, कॉलुमनर इपिथेलियम की होती है, एंड द ट्रकिया प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शरी एंड इनिशियल ब्रोंकियोल्स आर सपोर्टेड बाय C-shaped cartilaginous ring. So here the trachea is also supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Primary bronchioles are supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Secondaries are also supported with C-shaped cartilaginous ring, and tertiary bronchi and some initial bronchioles are also supported by the cartilaginous ring. And after terminal bronchi, this C-shaped cartilaginous ring will change into cartilaginous plates which will keep this structure open. Clear for this thing? So the trachea is a long tube of 12 cm which is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. This trachea will divide into two primary bronchia, one for right lung and one for left lung. The primary bronchi will divide into secondary bronchi according to the lobes of lung. Here inside the right lung we are having 3 lobes, so we are having 3 secondary bronchi. Then the secondary bronchi will divide into tertiary bronchi according to the segment present in each lobe. On right side we are having 10 segments, so we will have 10 tertiary bronchi. Now after tertiary bronchi, the bronchi will divide into bronchioles. This further division of bronchioles will take place up to the terminal bronchiole. The terminal bronchiole now further divide into respiratory bronchiole, Then the respiratory bronchiole opens into the alveolar duct. These alveolar ducts will open into a space called as atria, and the atria will open into alveolar sac. Clear for this thing? So if you want to represent this information diagrammatically, then this is a secondary bronchi. This secondary bronchi will divide into tertiary bronchi. These tertiary bronchi will further divide into bronchioles, and the bronchiole will ultimately divides into terminal bronchiole. So this structure is a terminal bronchiole. The terminal bronchiole. Now the terminal bronchiole will further divides into respiratory bronchiole. So this red color structure is a respiratory bronchiole. This respiratory bronchiole will open into alveolar ducts. So these are the alveolar ducts. Then these alveolar ducts will open into atria, and the atria will open into pulmonary sac. So here we are having the pulmonary sac. So we can write down as such the let me change the color. So terminal bronchiole, bronchioles will open into respiratory bronchioles. This respiratory bronchiole will open into alveolar ducts. These alveolar ducts will open into atria, and the atria will open into alveolar sac, and this alveolar sac will open into alveolus. So this is how the air will go from trachea up to the alveolus. Clear? The air will first enter into trachea, then into primary bronchiole, then into secondary bronchiole, then into terminal bronchiole. Now after terminal bronchiole, the air will enter into various bronchioles. The last one is called as terminal bronchiole. The terminal bronchiole will open into respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole will open into alveolar duct. Alveolar duct will open into atria, and then to the alveolar sac, which ultimately open into the alveolus. So this is how the air will go. Now the part up to the alveolar duct, the whole conducting part from trachea up to the alveolar duct, this whole part which conducts the air up to the alveolar duct is called as conducting part of the respiratory tract, while the part from alveolar duct up to the alveolus is called as respiratory part of the respiratory tract. Clear for this thing? So up to alveolar duct, we are having a conducting part of the respiratory system which will not take part in the gaseous exchange, but the part of the respiratory system from alveolar duct up to the alveolus will help in exchange of gases. So this is called as a respiratory part. So here we can enlarge the segment, like this is a terminal bronchiole, then terminal bronchiole will open into respiratory bronchiole. The respiratory bronchiole will open into the alveolar ducts. So these are the alveolar ducts, and alveolar ducts will open into a alveolar sac, which ultimately opens into individual alveolus. So this is how the air will go up to the alveolus. Now part up to the terminal bronchiole, and after that up to the alveolar duct. So this much part of the respiratory system, this whole part is called as conducting part of the respiratory system, and from the part from the alveolar duct up to the alveolus, this much region is called as respiratory part. Part. Actually, the part starting from the external nostril up to the terminal bronchiole is considered as conducting part. This conducting part is helpful for transport of air from atmosphere up to the alveolus. Then it will clear the air from foreign particle. Then it will humidify the air and bring the temperature of air to the body temperature. So these all the functions, that is transport, humidification and filtration of air, this much activities are performed by the conducting part, while respiratory part is in concern with diffusion of gases. As we have mentioned, from the trachea, here we are labeling that from trachea up to the terminal bronchiole is a conducting part, and this much of conducting part is lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. But actually, starting from the nostril up to the terminal bronchiole, this part is a conducting part, which is not shown in case of diagram. Clear for this thing? Now, this is everything regarding the anatomy of trachea. Now, in the next video, we will try to learn about the anatomy of lungs. Thank you.